The moon cast an eerie glow over the ancient manor as Detective Jameson arrived at the scene of the crime. The grand entrance doors creaked open, revealing a chilling sight. Lying motionless on the floor was the lifeless body of Lord Archibald, the owner of the manor.
The room was filled with potential suspects, each with their own motives. Lady Clarissa, Lord Archibald's wife, stood trembling in the corner. Her eyes were swollen with tears, and her hands were stained with blood. She claimed she had discovered her husband's body and called the police immediately.
Next to her stood the butler, Mr. Jenkins, a man of few words. His loyal demeanour had served him well over the years, but now suspicion hung heavy upon him. He claimed to have been in the study organising Lord Archibald's documents, when he heard Lady Clarissa's horrified scream.
The third person present was Miss Amelia, Lord Archibald's niece. She was known for her fiery temper and strained relationship with her uncle. She had recently discovered that he intended to cut her off from his will. She vehemently denied any involvement in his murder, insisting that she had been out for a walk during the time of the crime.
Detective Jameson examined the room meticulously. There were no signs of forced entry, suggesting that the murderer was known to the victim. The only clue was a broken vase lying near the body. Fragments of glass were scattered across the floor, mingled with drops of blood.
As Detective Jameson interrogated each suspect, he noticed inconsistencies in their stories. Lady Clarissa's grief seemed genuine, but her blood-stained hands raised suspicion. Mr. Jenkins' nonchalant demeanor was unusual, given the circumstances, and Miss Amelia's alibi, though plausible, left room for doubt.
With no clear answers, Detective Jameson decided to dig deeper into the relationships within the manor. He discovered that Lord Archibald had been involved in a clandestine affair with his wife's best friend, Mrs. Evelyn. The affair had recently come to light, causing tension and anger among those involved.
Armed with this new information, Detective Jameson summoned Mrs. Evelyn for questioning. She confessed to the affair but vehemently denied any involvement in Lord Archibald's murder. She claimed that she had been at her own home during the time of the crime, with no knowledge of what had transpired.
As the investigation reached a standstill, a breakthrough came unexpectedly. The forensic team discovered a hidden compartment within the broken vase. Inside, they found a blooded knife, the murder weapon. The fingerprints on the knife matched those of Miss Amelia. Confronted with this evidence, Miss Amelia confessed to the crime. She revealed that she had indeed been at the manor that night, driven by her anger towards her uncle. Unable to bear the thought of being disinherited, she had plotted his demise.
In a final twist, Detective Jameson uncovered a secret motive behind Miss Amelia's actions. Lord Archibald had been embezzling funds from his own company, and Miss Amelia had discovered his deceit. Fueled by a desire for justice and revenge, she had taken matters into her own hands.
And so, the case was solved. The grandeur of the manor had masked the dark secrets that lay within. Detective Jameson had unraveled the truth, bringing justice to a family torn apart by greed and betrayal.